things. As you guys know, this Iran conflict is one of my specialties, right? I think me and Nick are reporting on this the most accurate by far, okay? Which if you guys don't know, go check out my guy Nick Fuentes has done fantastic coverage on this thing too. Everything he predicted, to a T. Fantastic analysis. On my end, you guys know I spend a significant amount of time on Twitter Spaces with actual Iranians on the ground, and I'm able to get quite a bit of intimate knowledge with, what's going on the ground in Iran. So I was able to kind of give you not just the military analysis and the foreign policy analysis, but you guys were in there with me on some of these streams where, we're actively seeing, what went down. So let's understand the narratives from the different viewpoints. So the United States' assertion is that the nuclear strikes were successful. The strikes were successful on nuclear facilities, Isfahan, Fordo, and I forget the last one. Something Natanz. So the strikes were successful, and according to the Pentagon, they're saying that they pushed Israel's nuclear program back roughly 1 to 2 years. Okay, that's what the White House is saying, and the Pentagon walked in with our B-2 bombers. They didn't even know we were there. They flew from Missouri all the way to the fucking Middle East in a kind of like in a tight line. They had a diversion strategy where they had some of the planes fly off to the side so that they could get picked up on radar, or if they do get picked up on radar, the decoys get picked up. Meanwhile, the real bombers with the actual bombs dropped something like 14 to 20 bombs on all the different nuclear sites to absolutely eviscerate what was left. Because remember, guys, the Israelis struck first, bombed the facilities. They have bunker busters, but they don't have the same bunker busters that we have. Because we have bunker busters that, now that we know, have pretty much been in production since 2009. Okay? So these bunker busters that we utilized on Fordo, the big nuclear facility with the that's in a fucking mountain, we had intel guys surveilling that thing since 2009. Chat. That was when Obama was in fucking office. That was a long time ago. Okay? Right? I had just graduated from high school. 15 years. 16 years, actually. They had been doing this. So, they bombed the fuck out the facilities. They said it's destroyed. And their quote is, it pushed them back roughly 1 year. Now, the Iranians and other media, and this is what the American media is saying as well, Fox News, etc., they're all saying the mission was a great success, blah, blah. Now, Iranian and alternative media says, yeah, they bombed us. Yes, they slowed us down, but they did not completely destroy and cripple our ability to manufacture nuclear weapons in the future. And roughly 400 kilos of highly enriched uranium was moved out. How do we know this? There were satellite images of a bunch of cars at Fordo, the nuclear facility in the mountain, days prior to the bombing. Now, the alternative and Iranian government proclaims that's when they were pulling out the uranium and other sensitive items that they need to enrich, versus Western media says they were just there to fortify the nuclear facility itself, thinking that they could stop it. So you get two different conflicting stories. So one end, America says, yeah, we saw them on satellite. We knew they were there, but they weren't there to take any uranium out or anything else like that. It's too big. They can't get it out. They were there to fortify it and put more concrete, thinking it would save them. Versus the Iranians and other people are saying, no, they pulled out what they needed to. Right? So these are the two opposing sides. Now, what I think is important for you guys to take away from this, because obviously there's conflicting stories, the bottom line is simply this. The regime is still the same. That's a fact. The parliament voted to kick the IAEA out. That's a fact. So let's assume best case scenario that the United States actually did completely destroy their nuclear capabilities and set them back to 1 to 2 years, as the Pentagon is saying. That's irrelevant because they've already demonstrated the ability to enrich uranium at a high level. They've mastered the enrichment cycle, and they know what they're doing. Though Israel assassinated a lot of scientists, they didn't assassinate all the scientists. Though they assassinated commanders, they didn't assassinate all the commanders. They didn't get the Ayatollah. The Ayatollah was in hiding the whole time, and Israel was looking for him, but they couldn't assassinate him. One of the generals they thought they killed survived. So even if we go with the Western narrative that they destroyed everything and they got the enriched uranium that they're claiming that they actually have, it doesn't matter because the regime is still there and they can rebuild it within 2 years. So was this really a W? I say no. I think no. Because now you kick out the IAEA, your eyes into their nuclear program is gone. Diplomacy is severed. Now you've pretty much made it where they have to get a bomb now. There's no choice. And the Iranians are treating this as a victory. Why are they treating this as a victory? Because the United States and Israel attacked them, but the regime is still intact. For them, that's a big W. They look at it like the imperialism of the West tried to come here and attack us and affect regime change, and they failed. So the fact that they're still standing is the W to them. And not only are they still standing, but contrary to Western media, they actually hit Israel back really fucking hard. Israeli media obviously tried to suppress this information from you guys, but the reality is that Iran's missile program, their ballistic missile program, is pretty fucking good. Ben-Gvir even admitted that, damn, they hit us harder than we thought they were going to hit us. He even admitted this. So, and also keep in mind that Israel, the Israeli media and the Israeli government were suppressing information. They were suppressing information so that for two main reasons, twofold reasons. Number one, they didn't want the population to collapse and people fucking go crazy and, leave the country in panic, which people were trying to do. That's number one, right? Because remember, guys, Israel was created to make the Jews feel safe, right? As their homeland. So them getting bombed to fucking hell isn't good for, press and coverage because they want people to move there. That's number one. And then number two, besides the civil unrest reason, the other reason was from operational security, aka OPSEC, which is if the media documents where the missiles are hitting, the Iranians will know exactly where that is and they can fine-tune their strikes to be more accurate. And Israel couldn't afford that. Now, with that said, we saw a whole bunch of fucking, bombs hitting Israel, right? Do I need to fucking remind you guys, with what happened with there? We know a bunch of fucking missiles hit.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom.
And I've shown you guys a video before. We know a bunch of missiles hit. And then last week, I showed you guys a clip where Israeli media even admitted, yeah, they hit us. We didn't report it. So why am I telling you guys all this? I'm telling you guys all this to let you know that despite what Western media tells you, even in the best case scenario, let's assume that we believe everything they say, it's still an L. But anyway,